Okay, so I am going to look at the question that came out of the community tab latest post on questions for general topics. I'm not reading for people privately right now because of my health and energy, so please just post if you have a public topic that you want me to read upon there, if you would, in the community tab, and you'll see a post that has a figure of a person asking a question, and you can put your question there. So the question that I'm answering out of that, or going to attempt to do, regards the case of the Watts murders, and this is to do with Christopher Watts and the girlfriend, the mistress that he had. Now, apparently she thought that he was, according to her, in the midst of ending a divorce proceeding. Although people conject publicly that maybe she was a lot more involved than she's publicly admitting to. I don't know, to tell you the truth, before I do this reading. I did follow the case, and I did some readings off camera on my own initially when the children were missing, and I knew he was guilty. It just creeped me out to begin with. But once it came out and where the kids were found and all of that, and I didn't bother to read off camera, anymore on the case. So the question is whether or not she had more involvement, like assisting him or at least being aware that he was going to do something harmful. So I'm going to ask my ancestors and the spirit of the Lenormand and the Creator to help me read this honorably and correctly. Let me convey the correct message of these symbols. I honestly have no investment in her guilt, so I have, no already conceived ideas about it. So let's just see. Because I didn't go into reading any more about her. I just now had to look because the person asking the question didn't include her name. So I wanted, in order to make this video, to at least have her name. And it's Nichole Kessinger. So let's just take a look. The whip. Okay, I just want to take a look at that one. Okay, there's conflicts, arguments, aggression, hurtful words, separation. It's about pain, conflict. She feels hurt, especially about the children, okay? There's actually, about what was done to the children, I think was really upsetting to her. Some people might want to read that she was there to inflict the pain on these children. I don't believe so. That was him. And I feel that she was actually upset when she learned about what happened to them. That's news. the lady. I feel like this is the news of definitely of his wife and children. I don't think that she was there with him or anything like that or knew what he was going to do. I don't think so. But I think this is rather feeling deeply hurt once the news like this came about his wife. That looks like maybe that was an honest admission, an honest truth that she gave about how she felt. This is about a significant change as a result of, I think, the cruelty, the I don't know, you guys. I don't know that she did. She feels like this was an aspect of him unknown to her, a very dark aspect. And this was a change. This is like a Jekyll face, that this was his Jekyll face for her. So I think she might actually, the cards looked like to me like the claim that she made about being devastated about when news came out about the children and that she thought he was in the middle of a divorce, that might actually be true. That might actually be exactly so. Because that's what I'm getting here. I don't think that she physically, I think Christopher wouldn't have had her do that. He would have done that because there was something I keep getting with him, that the sense of him wanting to give her. It's like he put this woman up on a pedestal, and wanted to give her more, from what I understood, than he was able to, and thus the whole reason why. I think he strategized and kept her in the dark about some of it, that he would have the money from life insurance, probably, or at least be free to have a life with her. He wouldn't have to answer financially or any kind of time or responsibility for his children or Shannon. Yeah, forked path. There's a change. She made it changed her mind. It completely. Yeah, I don't think so. Loyal. Child. Key person, loyal. That, I think that really upset her, actually. There's something, with that key card and loyalty with the child. It can be a new beginning, but no, I don't think so. I think the information that came to her about the wife and kids really was upsetting. Changed her relationship or how she felt about him, and she felt that he was a sneaky Jekyll type of person. I feel like she doesn't feel like now she knows exactly who she was really dealing with, what they were capable of. This is the house. This deals with home, domesticity, something sneaky, Maybe this was what, going on at the home. Maybe there was something that way that she thought was peculiar. The clover. Again, I feel like he kept her in the dark, and he just kind of wanted to gift her a lifestyle gift to Nichole, something that he felt like he couldn't do with having Shannon and the children. But I think once he did what he did to them, and she found out about it, it does look to me like there's the change uh, in that close relationship that she felt. Although I think because she still had feelings for him, I think it was complicated, conflictual feelings, but also complete, utter shock that he did that to his family. And I think she really did think he was a mature, loving man. I think she really thought that he was a decent guy. I think this choice that he made to do what he did really changed how she felt about him here, about this side of his nature. Is cruel. Why did he choose that? Because I think she thought that they would be able to have a relationship, and I think it did take her off guard. Actually, I don't. I think he might have still tried to send her uh, after being sent away to prison. I feel like he still tries to contact her. There's some kind of he's still trying to make contact. And I think she's got to try to, or has had to try to stop receiving contact from him. It's hectic. I wonder, did she move? I think she would have had to. Too hectic. Yeah. I just don't think that she participated in that. I feel like I am actually shown some information that comes to her and she finds it stunning. It changes immediately how she feels with the stork, and she sees it as sneaky, and that's not what he led her to believe, that he left her in the dark. And she had thought that things were okay. She had thought that they were going to be able to have some kind of life. But given what he did, that's complicated, and that's not what happened. So it's the choice he made. I don't know that she was entirely at all on board with. I think he may have well kept her in the dark. I do keep getting her shown feeling confused or feeling surprised. So there is my reading on that. I know that that's a bit odd, but I'm just going to ask one more time, yes or no. Was Nichole Kessinger more aware and more involved in the murders of Shannon and the Watts children than she has admitted? Did she have any actual real involvement? I would like a yes or no card for clarification, because I still didn't really feel clear. It didn't really look like it, but I'm asking for a yes or no. Yes or no. Was she involved with Chris in those murders or not? Yes or no. Was she involved herself? Or did he keep her in the dark about it? Did Nichole know? The bear. Again, to me, it looks like there's conflict in communication. I know I just said one card, but of course I can't do that. I really feel like much of the communication he sent to her was so much about her and him. I don't feel like I'm being shown that she knew what he was going to do. I think he kind of just had her on this love blast when he sent her communication. What he shared with her was passionate. I think he didn't tell her and keep her truthfully aware of what was going on with regard to his marriage or his children. Uh, I feel like he just focused on them, and I don't think when he communicated with her, that he necessarily said, and I'm going to do this so that we can be together forever and ever. I think the answer would be with that bear, that it was more of a strong relationship that he projected at her. He wanted to be seen as an authority, dominating partner. Also, what he made her feel aware of was the power struggle that I think he felt that he had with Shannon. I think he felt like Shannon took over a lot, and he appreciated her not doing that. So I don't think she knew. I think that's a no. I think that's about as deep as that went. And that he didn't get on with her. That he didn't get on with Shannon very well. So I think he just showed his passion for her, but I think he kept her largely. He's a pretty domineering partner, is what I get from these cards, and I get that he treated Shannon that way too, from what I do know when I was reading up on the case. But I think he did a similar thing with Nichole. I think he also kept her not quite up to speed with what was actually going on in his head, and he just told her what he wanted to. The same with Shannon. And then did something else. I get that he's got a Jekyll and Hyde. He wanted some kind of life with this Nichole. And he wanted to be able, again, I'm getting to give her a really nice house and all of that. A long life with her. Again, blame Chris. I really don't. There might be some things that he said now that she thinks back and thinks, oh my God, what about, did he mean, But as far as her, like, knowing the horrible things he was going to do, no. I'm going to say no. All right, there's my reading, and I'll see you in the next video. Please leave your questions on the community tab post for public topics. And please give this reading a thumbs up if you found it interesting, and if you want to see more of this content or whatever. If you don't, let me know what kind of content you do like. Understand some people want this kind of content, and I'm open to reading on mysteries. I find them interesting. So if this isn't your cup of tea, be willing to post a question in the community tab that you want read upon. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for your time and support.